guys, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your week ahead reading. Just to let you know how the reading's going to go, we do your weekly check-in first. Then we have a look at more specifically your work, stroke finance, and we also have a look at your love life during the week. If you'd like to see a particular reading, so if you'd like to only look at your work reading or only your love reading or maybe just the general reading, timestamps are below. So you just click on the time and it will take you straight through to the reading that you want to view. I'd like to say, guys, thanks ever so much for joining me this week for your reading. And yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy. Hi Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. So we're going to do your week ahead, the 20th to the 26th of January. We're going to start with the general, then your work, stroke finance, and then we're going to have a look at love. Okay, bear with me while we show. Okay, Aquarius, your cards are down. It's funny, you had two that showed up in this area. I'm going to quickly tell you how I do this Celtic cross. Okay, so I devised this for the weekly readings. All right. What I want to do is we're going to have a look at what the situation is that you're facing in the week, and that situation will start here. Okay, and then we have a look at what's a contributing factor to that situation appearing there, and this is the area here. We look at, well, what is the root issue? What's it all about? What's at the heart of the matter? What started everything off? And it's this area here. This area here is what you guys have been experiencing in around the last 2 to 3 weeks. And as a result of that, we want to see here, well, where is everything evolving to? I don't want to have a look at the overall outcomes. I want to see, well, where is everything heading? So the most likely outcome for where everything is heading and evolving is going to be this area here. This area here is towards the end of the week, so what could be coming in towards the end of the week concerning the situation or going on into the next following week, okay? And this area here is how you're approaching everything. As I said, 2 cards came out for how you were approaching everything. This area here, which is number 8, is the advice from the universe. What advice does the universe have for you in this situation? Number 9 is your hopes or fears concerning the situation, and position 10 is where everything is evolving to. And usually the involvement area here is what's evolving as a result of what's happening here towards the end of the week going into next week. Okay, let's have a look then, Aquarius. So what are you facing? All right, you're facing the 3 of Wands. I mean, it can be that the ships are coming in, but also the 3 of Wands is one of those very, very, very tricky cards to read for because it has multiple meanings. One of the meanings with the 3 of Wands is that, you know, you're waiting for your ships to come in. So this is the card of waiting, longing, hoping is the 3 of Wands energy, which that could be. But also the 3 of Wands, and I've seen it work in my own life where things have arrived in. And so this can also be the card of, you know, things arriving, things coming in. It is number 3, so 3s also represent creativity. So the 3 of Wands could be, for example, working in collaboration with with other creators, for example. You might be reaching out to people who are abroad. You might be thinking about going abroad. You might be thinking about emigrating. This woman's looking outside of her office. I think she's sitting in her office and she's kind of looking across the sea, and it almost feels to me like she's longing or she's waiting or she's hoping for something to happen. Let's have a look at what's influencing this. What's the contributing factor? What's influencing this area here? Well, yeah, I mean, I certainly feel that there are, you know, what's influencing you guys doing this is because of the star. I feel that you've got a hope or a dream. I think that you're waiting for a hope or a dream, the star energy, to manifest. What's the root cause of all of this? What's it all about? I think with the strength energy that this is probably about a very strong partnership. It feels like it might be love or a soulmate, for example, with this strength card. Because the strength, it just feels that way to me. Because what we've got, Aquarius, here is, and that's you as well, isn't it? Of course, that's your star card. That's your major card. So the star is all about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. It is ruled by your sign, Aquarius, the sign of freedom and independence as well, with the star energy showing here. But I feel that you guys are waiting. I think that you're waiting. I think that you're waiting because it's influenced by the star. It's influenced by your hopes and dreams. So you're waiting for the manifestation of a hope and a dream. And the reason that everything is happening is because of strength energy. I feel that this is something to do with, it depends what that strength is. I think that this is something to do with, it could either be a relationship, a soulmate relationship, or it could be maybe you're waiting to, maybe this is someone, because strength can be something of a formidable character or a forceful character or something like that. We'll see what this is in a moment. What have you been experiencing in the last 2 to 3 weeks? The Tower. So you've gone through some major changes, or just one major change. But there's been this kind of, it's either a rude awakening in the last 2 to 3 weeks, or and the strength card can also mean that you feel very restrained. And we know that Aquarius doesn't like feeling restrained. Aquarians tend to be, as I've read them, they are the soul and life and soul of the party. They get along, they're very sociable people. But at the end of the day, if you try to restrain them, they don't like it, and they will likely just jump ship and try and get out of that. So it could be that you are kind of imagining yourself. Maybe you're waiting and for something to happen here with the Three of Wands this week. It's influenced by your hopes and dreams. The root issue, it's all about strength. Maybe some of you guys are feeling restrained. We're going to clarify that strength card in a moment. But I'm seeing a major shift happening here, either physical or emotional or mental, in the last 2 to 3 weeks for Aquarius. And therefore, what's the most likely evolvement in this situation based on those energies? Yeah, I mean, it's nice, the Magician energy. I certainly see the manifestation, the creation of something new here. I feel that this is, I think that this is holding you back. It feels like it's holding you back, to be perfectly honest with you, Aquarius. It does. The strength card just feels like it's holding you. It might be that you've had this massive epiphany with the Tower energy that you want to break free from the strength. Maybe somebody's got a lot of strength over you, for example. Maybe it's your job, or it's a relationship, or a family member. But I'm seeing the most likely outcome based on these factors is you're going to take the bull by the horns, and you're going to assert yourself with that Magician, and you're going to start manipulating the energy. And when I say manipulating the energy, what I'm saying is you're going to start manifesting your own reality, okay, using your power, using your ability, using your vision, all of those things. What can we see happening around the next few days going into next week for you, Aquarius? Yeah, we're seeing the start of a new, I mean, the aces are new things. They don't have to be a new beginning, but this thing has the potential to be a new beginning. All right, something new. It could be a new project, or it could be a new idea, or it could be, a new job, or something new that comes in. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen, but it means that there is potential opening up within the next kind of few days going into next week with the Ace of Wands energy. How are you approaching everything at the moment? 2 cards came out for you. Well, you're approaching everything from the 2 of Coins. I think that you're trying to manage. You're trying to keep all the balls in the air. You're juggling energy here. So you've got the 8 of Swords energy showing here. I feel that you're still trying to keep everything up in the air. I think that you're trying to still kind of juggle, do your responsibilities, do the things that you're meant to do, that type of thing with the 2 of Coins energy. I feel despite that 8 of Swords. So despite feeling maybe, a little bit worried, nervous, anxious, fearful with the 8 of Swords, despite having to keep everything kind of, despite having perhaps some, negative thoughts, limiting thoughts with the 8 of Swords energy, you're still trying to keep everything in the air despite all of this energy here. So it feels like you're still trying to just go with the flow with the 2 of Coins energy, do what you're meant to do, take care of all your responsibilities, Aquarius, despite feeling that 8 of Swords. Okay? Despite feeling that 8 of Swords. Okay. So let's have a look, which is good, because I think that you're keeping a very positive outcome. I'm going to clarify that strength. I want to see what that's about. What do you mean by the Strength card is the root issue for all of this? Because I feel that you guys are feeling quite claustrophobic, actually, with the Strength card. Strength can also mean to feel claustrophobic. You feel quite claustrophobic, I feel. Universe, and it says it here as well, the outer source can be that you feel quite claustrophobic. You're still trying to keep everything in the air. Might be a job here, Aquarius. What do you mean by the Strength is the... Strength is the, what do you mean by strength in 2 cards as the root issue? What do you mean strength is the root issue for this situation with Aquarius? Right, so the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups could be a lover. Okay, Knight of Cups could be an offer. It could be an invitation, could be a gift. Oh, you've got the Strength card again, it came up. Okay, so the Knight of Cups energy and strength. It's about the Knight of Cups and strength. I just feel there's somebody here who is, I get the impression that strength is a very forceful card. That's the problem with strength. It's a good card, but it's also, I've seen it show, and you've got this 3 of Swords energy here as well. I just wanted to pull a card after it. I just felt something. I think that somebody might be a little bit too full on. That's what I'm getting with that Knight of Cups and strength. It feels like somebody is too forceful with their emotions. And I feel it's causing you a lot of pain here. And I feel that some of you guys are feeling, because when you get the Strength card, it can mean that you're just feeling under the cosh, if that makes any sense, Aquarius. It means like, just give me some rune. And I did say about Aquarius that I've been reading up quite a bit on astrology. And I read that Aquarius doesn't like to feel, you don't like to feel suffocated. If you feel suffocated, then you're off. You hate it. You're a very social person. You like being around people, but if you feel suffocated by someone, then you're off. And I think it may be playing out here that some of you guys, the root issue is the Strength card, that you are feeling very suffocated. You're feeling suffocated by a lover who's probably quite forceful, somebody who's quite, I would say that this person feels like, to me, this person is extraordinarily dependent on you to a certain extent. It feels like this person doesn't give you room to breathe, and I get the impression with that 3 of Swords, you're kind of screaming out. It feels like you're screaming out in anger. You're like, oh man, just give me some space. It feels like you need space here, and that's why the energy around you, and it doesn't even have to be a lover, it could just be somebody who really likes you, but there's this Knight of Cups here, and this person is quite forceful, I think, with the Strength energy showing here, and I just feel that this causes you a great deal of pain with the 3 of Swords energy, and it kind of tears you into, you know, it kind of makes you feel quite conflicted concerning this person. And that's why this week I think that you're faced with that 3 of Wands. You're experiencing the 3 of Wands this week, which is that you are waiting now. You are waiting for, you know, because you've got these hopes. You're waiting for a hope to materialise. I'm going to ask what that hope is. What is this hope that Aquarius is hoping to materialise on? What is their hopes and dreams that they're hoping to manifest? What is it that they're hoping to do in 2 cards, 1 to 2 cards? Well, I feel with the Page of Wands, it's really about setting yourself free with that Page of Wands energy. Right, so it's funny because you've got the Page of Wands upright and you've got the Fool reversed. The Fool reversed is fear. Okay, feel the fear and do it anyway, I would say, because the Fool doesn't want to take a risk and the Page of Wands does. So taking those risks, exploring new journeys, because the page is on the tarot are all about a new path. So it's about exploring a new path despite your fear of that Fool reversed. I think it's to explore a new path despite the fear. All right, and you're exploring a new path because I just feel that somebody here just has you on such a tight leash that for some of you guys you feel that you can't breathe. And I feel that in the last 2 to 3 weeks you've had this epiphany. And what is this being? What is this tower about? You're saying that Aquarius has experienced the 6 of Coins energy. Okay, so that showed up first. So what else is showing with the 6 of Coins? Right, the 5 of Wands in the reverse. I feel that there's an epiphany that somebody's trying to buy you. Because the 5 of Wands in the reverse is all about trying to relinquish a struggle. It's all about appeasement with the 5 of Wands in the reverse. It's all about the softening of a challenge, overcoming anxiety. But somebody's paying you to do this, or somebody's paying for you to relinquish this. And the Tower, I think, is an epiphany. So I think in the recent past, the last 2 to 3 weeks, some of you Aquarians have probably been like, oh my God, I get it. They're giving me stuff so that they keep me with them. So somebody wants to keep you with them. It's almost like you're suffocating. You're like, I don't want this. I'm too suffocated by this whole thing. But they're literally paying me. And when I say paying, they're giving you stuff. So they're giving you gifts. They're taking you to nice places. But it's just so with the Five of Wands in the reverse, they can appease you, you know, and I think that you realise this, and therefore the most likely outcome is I think that you guys are going to be making, based on all of this stuff, I feel that you're just going to build up the courage and you're just going to make that fresh start. Now I'm seeing opportunities coming in to do that, and it's saying that despite you feeling suffocated, you've been trying to just go with the flow, I think, with the Two of Coins and whatever this relationship is. What is the universe advising you to do? I think you need to do what's right for you, Hierophant. I think that you need to do what your conscience dictates to you with this Hierophant energy. I think that you need to follow your intuition with the Hierophant, and also probably get some guidance from others as well with the Hierophant. But the Hierophant is about doing the right thing. So I think that you need to kind of focus on what your conscience is telling you, focus on what your faith is telling you, and also perhaps if you need guidance from others, go there. What is your hopes or fears concerning this situation? The Emperor energy. Okay, so the Emperor. I mean, I feel that your fears are, it feels like this person is too weak to be an emperor. So it almost feels like it's you, the Emperor, kind of putting some boundaries and putting your foot down. It might be that you're afraid to put your foot down with that Emperor energy. It might be that you're afraid to kind of really stick up for yourself or really kind of take a stand, because the Emperor is taking a stand. So I feel that you're afraid to take a stand against this person. You don't, I just feel that you don't really want to upset them. You don't really want to upset them, but you're kind of thinking to yourself, this is too suffocating and enough is enough. Where is everything heading towards after that card then, the Ace of Wands? Oh, worries, Nine of Swords energy showing there. So you have this potential to start again in the Ace of Wands coming in, end of this week and going into next week. But it's evolving towards you feeling very, very scared and worried with the Nine of Swords. We're going to ask what you're scared of. What is Aquarius afraid? Oh, can't take all of those. Sorry, I'm going to have to shuffle again. In two cards, what is Aquarius afraid of? What is Aquarius afraid of in this situation in two cards? The Ten of Swords. I think that you're afraid of, I don't think it's starting again. I think it's hurting someone. Because the Ten of Swords, even on this card, it's a nice card. And it's a nice, and it's not my favourite Ten of Swords. The lady that did this deck started this deck as an indie deck. And the Ten of Swords was very different in that deck. It was a woman with scars on her back. A lot of people said, we don't like it, it looks like slavery, it looks like this, it looks like that. I just thought it was a beautiful piece of art personally, and she redrew it, and now we can't get the old version of it in the mass market, which is a real shame, because I think the old version was far, far superior to this one. But nevertheless, Ten of Swords. I don't think that, because you could look at the Ten of Swords and say, to finally release the pain, which I don't think it is with you, because I think that you know that you want to release this. You're just going with the flow. Despite feeling all of this pain and suffocated, Eight of Swords, you're still going with the flow there. Aquarius, so you're still just going with it, you know, despite the fact that you don't feel very good within it. You're still just like, oh well, you know, I might as well, you know, this is my lot, I might as well just stick with it, I might as well just do it. And it's to the detriment of who you truly are. So I don't think it's that. I think it's hurting this person with that Ten of Swords energy showing here. Well, no, I mean, we do have death, endings. So it is, you're afraid of ending. You're afraid of it being for good. So maybe there's actually that. I don't think it's hurting. I think part of it is hurting the person, yes. But I feel that also it's just kind of like just ending the whole thing. You've got 10 and the 10 and the death card. This is the final death. This is the ending. There's no going back. So you're afraid of doing it because you know that once you do it, there's no going back probably. I think these cards are saying that there's no going back. Once you do this thing, there's no going back. Some of you guys, it's going abroad. Some of you guys, it's traveling to a new city. But once you make this decision and once you do this thing, there is absolutely no going back. And I think that you guys, I think that you're kind of like, oh man, you know, if I do it, it's going to be for good. And I think that that's what frightens you. And why is Aquarius afraid of this? Because this is what they want. There's somebody around them that's suffocating the life out of them. And they just want their freedom. They're just dreaming of kind of, you know, jumping into life, new paths, you know, regardless of their fears, just doing it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. But they're afraid, universe. They're afraid because once they do it, that's it for good. That's it. There's no going back at all. But there's so many things, Aquarius, that you realise with this person. Number one, the epiphany, the realisation, the rude awakening that this person is paying you. Six of Coins energy, really with the Five of Wands energy to keep quiet. In a way, Five of Wands reversed. This person's paying you to keep quiet. they're paying you to just put up and shut up with stuff, you know. And when I say paying, they're, you know, they're seducing you. The sixes I've found through my studies of tarot are seductive cards. The Six of Coins is where you can, you know, you can shower gifts on a person here if it appeases them. Because this is to appease, the Five of Wands in the reverse, and this is to give. So you give to appease. The Six of Cups is also another card where it said, I'll give you this, I'll give you that, because you're trying to seduce someone. You're dangling the carrot again. So those two cards, Six of Coins and Six of Cups, are definitely cards that also indicate the need to dangle a carrot and the need to pay for someone to stay with you. And I just feel that you've got somebody around you, Aquarius, that I think they really love you. I think that they love you to pieces. I think that they really do. But I think that their love is far too... I would say with the Strength card that this person is quite possessive. This Knight of Cups, I think the reason why you feel so... this Strength can mean overbearing as well. So the reason why you're feeling like you're being completely burdened down by this person, it's an overbearing energy, is because I feel that this person is a very obsessive lover with this Strength and the Knight of Cups. I think that they're extraordinarily obsessive, and I think it's causing you this. I think that they are really, really they're just too much. It's just too much. And I think that you know now is the time, because the universe is saying that if things carry on the way that they're going, based on what we're looking at here, and based on the fact that you seem to be suffocated and you're suffering in silence as well with the Eight of Swords, and still trying to just, you know, go with the flow in the relationship. You know, if you carry on doing this, if this carries on, you will do this. The most likely outcome is you're gonna muster up your courage, your power, everything, and you're just gonna start creating a new reality. And there it is, coming in for you. You know, the reality is between the end of this week going into next week, there is an opportunity that presents itself to you with the Ace of Wands energy. And it's just, you know, it's just a potential because it's an ace. But you can grow that ace and you can make it into what you want. And the universe advises you, says, yeah, do the right thing. Hierophant energy. The advice is do the right thing. But I think really with the Hierophant, it's saying do the right thing for you and do as your conscience dictates that you do. Just make sure that you're doing the right thing for you. I certainly don't feel that it means to adhere or to commit to this, because this is not what the way that you say. You've got to follow your own rules, really, I think, with this Hierophant energy. You're afraid of kind of taking a stand against this person. I don't think you want to hurt them. I don't think they're necessarily bad, but I think that they're really probably overly, just too much, overly possessive, whatever. The overall outcome from this opportunity that presents itself is Aquarius is worrying. Aquarius is worrying because they know that once they walk out that door, that's it, the end, finish, finale, it's done and dusted. You have to just make your own choice, I guess. Let's have a quick look at what the advice is. Okay, let's have a look. What is the advice? What is the advice? What advice do you have for Aquarius from this reading, please? Let's have a look. So it says the healing light is the advice. I'm going to have a look at this just very quickly through the book. Let's go to the spirit bit and have a look at this healing light and see what the advice is for this. So intention, energy, spirit. I have to go to the place that says spirit, you see. Let's have a look. It's consciousness. So it's really hard finding the actual place. There it is, spirit. So what number do we have? We have an 8 here, which is interesting. Okay. So what we've got here, Aquarius, is with the healing light. A beautiful spirit holds a brilliant sphere of healing light. A gentle yet powerful radiance reaches outward from the orb into your own heart. A time of great personal blessings is in store for you. Okay, so loving spirits are ready to bring their healing energy to you at this time. If you have a physical condition that you seek to remedy, meditate on the part of the body involved and allow spirit to bring divine light there. You can also use the tools at your disposal, traditional and metaphysical, to generate the healing that you are looking for. Magician, right? So be conscious and intuitive in all your self-healing. If it's an emotional or mental issue you're dealing with, call for the angels to fill your mind and heart with their healing love. Even relationships can benefit from the incredible power of divine love. Meditate on the light within you and around you. Ask for guidance and healing and let yourself be willing to receive. This upright card brings a message of potential miracles in your life, Aquarius. Connect with the loving healers in the spirit and angelic world, and don't forget the unlimited blessings that come from the ever-present energy of the divine. Isn't that phenomenal? Wow. Wow. The universe really knows that you need that right now. If it resonates with you, this reading, the universe really knows that you need it. Okay. Amazing reading. Bear with me. We're going to have a look at your work reading. Okay, Aquarius, let's have a look at work. Work, the Five of Wands. I mean, Five of Wands can be in competition and work when you get this card. It can also mean fear and anxiety and worry as well. Three of Wands energy. I think some of you guys are probably worrying about the future more than anything, because the Three of Wands is usually the future. I mean, I'm not reading the booklet on this. This is the 78 Elemental Tarot. I love the deck. I love what they've created, but some of the illustrations aren't the illustrations that I'm used to, which is fine. So I really just read how I would read any other deck, unless the illustration spoke strongly of something else. I just feel that, and it feels like with these things here slathering around, it feels like they almost look complicated or like they're spiraling. And often when I see things spiraling, it reminds me of something that's kind of coiled and complicated. It just feels like you're worrying probably about complications or the future. Four of Swords. But I feel that with the Four of Swords energy, I mean, it might be that you're worried about the future. Maybe the future involves something about withdrawing from the job. Four of Swords energy, which is withdrawing and bowing out of a job, leaving a job. Four of Swords energy showing here. The Eight of, yeah, I mean, I certainly feel it's something to do with walking away, leaving a job here, Aquarius, because you've got the Eight of Water, and the Eight of Water, Eight of Cups is, you know, it's walking away. It's detaching from something that no longer fulfills you. I think there's worries around this. Seven of Coins energy. I mean, certainly walking away from a stable job, one that bears a lot of fruit, because the Seven of Coins can be a job, something that pays really well. So some of you guys worried. Five of Fire, about the future, and this is like literally walking away from a job that pays really well. So some of you guys are saying, if I walk away from this job that pays really well, where does that leave me? What am I going to do? Is this going to be, you know, is this the right thing to do? And you got another Five here. So yeah, I mean, Five of Coins is the card about financial lack, financial worries, financial poverty. You know, let's have a look at this. Bills. Yeah, I mean, I certainly feel that some of you guys are very restricted by your, you know, the financial problems. Some of you guys owe a lot of debt with the Five of Coins energy. Some of you guys are worried about, I mean, certainly with the Devil energy, it's a restriction. So you are bound probably to stay where you are because you owe money. You've got bills to pay. Five of Coins energy showing there. Yeah, I mean, the Five of Coins is a poverty lack card, but I certainly feel in terms of finances, some of you guys can't afford to leave where you are, because that's why you're worried about the future, because this entails you leaving behind a job that pays the bills, a job that you know, pays reasonably well. And I think that you are kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You seem to be, I mean, yeah, it is attachment to the material. Five of Coins is the material, but Five of Coins in a work or a financial reading as well, which I think this is as well as work, is financial, you know, deprivation. And you guys seem to be very attached to that. You might have a lack mentality, actually, because you seem to be very attached to that Five of Coins. The Devil means to be attached to, and the Five of Coins is financial lack. Let's have a look at the next card showing up here. Six of Wands, Six of Water. I think you're dreaming of something. What are you dreaming of? Being successful. Six of Wands energy. Being successful and overcoming something here with the Six of Wands energy. Page of Cups energy. So being successful and kind of, I mean, you've got two dreaming cards here, right? The Six of Water and the Page of Water as well. But the dreaming, you're doing dreaming with both of them. You're dreaming between these two cards stands the Six of Wands, which is probably overcoming that Five of Coins. Especially if this is, you know, you're bound to do the job that you're in at the moment. Because with the Devil energy, it can also mean, well, you're bound to something. And it might be that you're bound to do the job because you've got a lot of bills with the Five of Coins energy. Maybe you have to take care of certain people. because the Five of Coins can mean that you're responsible for other people as well, for example. So you might have a lot of financial responsibilities to other people. And Devil also means fears. So there's a fear of kind of going without. There's a fear of not having enough. There's a fear of losing a good amount of money here and experiencing financial hardship. So I do feel that this is more than likely it with the Devil and the Five of Pentacles, that you are kind of worried about financial lack and you're worried about losing money because you're in a lucrative job. I'm not saying it's really lucrative, but the Seven of Coins certainly shows, you know, you're rewarded for the hard work. You're rewarded quite well for the hard work with the Seven of Coins. So I certainly feel that some of you guys have got, you know, you seem to be onto a good thing, or you're rewarded quite nicely, but it feels to me like you guys are worried about the future because it entails kind of leaving behind a job here. Or it could be, if it's not leaving a job, maybe you're worried about the future because you're being let go from a job. Because the Five of Coins can actually show it when you're actually being let go from a job. We do have a Four of Swords, almost retirement as well for some of you guys. So some of you guys might be worried about the future. It might entail retirement showing here as well. Maybe the Eight of Cups is not just walking away, it's walking towards something as well. Let's have a look. She's actually reaching out, isn't she? Yeah, can you see? Can you see on those two cards there, Aquarius, how this Eight of Cups woman is reaching out in the direction of the Seven of Pentacles. So she's reaching out, she's trying to get to something that's lucrative. And it feels to me that could be it for some of you guys as well. It may not just be that, oh, I don't want to do this job, it pays well, but I don't want to do it, but I'm worried about not having enough money to live off, and I'm fearing, you know, suffering and all the rest of it. Dreaming about, I think that some of you guys you might also be dreaming about successful on a new path. All right, so doing something completely new. Dreaming, Six of Cups, about being successful. Six of Wands on a new path, a new creative venture, and a new creative venture or you're dreaming of a new creative venture being successful. So some of you guys might also this week be dreaming about, you know, a business that you've set up, a new creative business or creative venture being really successful as well. But there's definitely some worries around money here. And some of you guys, it might be in terms of retirement as well, because the Four of Swords can actually talk about retirement, and you're worried about the future because some of you guys are retiring. Especially in April time, probably retiring around the April, and you're looking for something with the Eight of Coins, something that you can kind of, you know, put your effort into. It might not be, I mean, certainly, I do think for some of you guys it is financial. Some of you guys are looking for something lucrative as well, you know. So some of you guys, if you are retiring, you're like, I don't just want to retire and sit down and do nothing. I want to look for something that can, you know, give me not just the financial benefits, but also the benefits where I'm actually doing something worthwhile and I'm actually feeling like I'm contributing. But there's, and I feel if it's retirement and it's not so much money, but more about just doing something whereby you can add value to that. I certainly feel that there are fears about being out in the cold. The Five of Coins being the outcast, not being a part of something here. And therefore, in that light, some of you guys might also be dreaming with that Six of Cups energy about a new creative venture being successful here as well. You know, so there's all sorts of things. I think this is a week to think quite heavily about your career. You're doing a lot of heavy thinking about where your career. Some of you guys don't want to be in something, but you're worried about leaving it because of the money. Some of you guys are retiring from a job, perhaps thinking about retiring in April, and how you know you've got to find something else maybe, and you want to you know, maybe you want to still earn money, or you want to still be of value to a company or something, and you're worried about not being in a job or not being a part of a team. Some of you guys thinking about maybe earning money from a new creative venture this week as well. Very interesting reading so far. All right, we're going to get your love reading. Bear with me. Okay, Aquarius, let's have a look at love for you guys. What have we got? Right, the Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins can mean a couple of things. Sometimes it's somebody's quite happy to be on their own. And sometimes with the Nine of Coins, you can be feeling personally very secure within a relationship, showing here. Page of Swords. I feel that some of you guys are probably talking to people, possibly from the home, because the Nine of Coins, cards like Nine of Coins and Two of Wands are the safe space, so they represent your homes, for example. If you're, you know, homes should be the place that you feel the safest in. So from the safe space, could be talking to some people from home, someone online. Page of Swords energy showing here. Two of Swords energy showing here. I think that you're blocking communication with someone with that Two of Swords and the Page of Swords. I think that you're blocking Two of Swords some communication. I feel with the Nine of Coins energy, you feel secure enough with this Nine of Coins energy. You feel happy enough and secure enough to block communication with someone, this Page of Swords. Seven of Swords, sorry, Seven of Swords, looks like you're being very cautious perhaps. Seven of Cups energy. I actually feel that somebody here is being, it may be that you're blocking communication with someone. You feel secure enough, you feel right enough maybe with that Nine of Coins energy to block communication with someone. If Seven of Swords can mean deception, and this is somebody who's pulling the wool over your eyes. So it might be that somebody's been deceiving you with those two cards, because that card can mean that somebody's being quite deceptive with the Seven of Waters. Okay, Seven of Cups, it's an illusion, it's a smoke screen, and somebody's being quite deceptive with the Seven of Swords energy. Okay, and that might be why you're blocking communication with this person this week for some of you guys. Seven of Swords on this card though can also mean that somebody's being very, very cautious. All right, very, very cautious. Maybe about who you choose. Seven of Cups as well, because Seven of Cups is a choice as well. And the Seven of Swords on this deck, the writer, the illustrator of this particular card talked about this, I don't know what you call it now, I can't remember, but talked about this character here being extraordinarily careful and cautious about choices. So I feel some of you guys are just being really careful about who you choose, all right? It seems that some of you guys are single from your home. You seem to be blocking some communication with someone. You're very careful about who you choose, I think, on those. Temperance energy, I think it's taking your time with the Temperance energy here. And I just feel that you are, Two of Wands from the safe space, distancing yourself with that Two of Wands energy showing there. Also, it's interesting. Can you see her face? She looks kind of like, whatever. It's interesting. I just felt something between these two, the combinations, the interaction between two people. I actually feel with the Two of Wands, this is you. I think that you're looking for someone who's really calm with that Temperance energy. I just think that you're looking for someone. I think that this is you looking out, Aquarius. It feels like you're looking for someone who's really calm and really kind of collected and really, I don't think that you're looking for this. I mean, this might actually be, it's communication that you're blocking, but this could be the type of person you're blocking as well, the Page of Swords. Immature, quite young, young in the way that they come across, that type of thing. I think you're just looking for someone maybe that's very calm. I also feel that with these two cards, because the Two of Swords, Two of Wands can mean that, keeping your distance as well. Temperance, taking your time, keeping your distance. But this is also choices as well. So being careful with the Temperance energy and who you choose again, because this is being careful too with Temperance. You're taking your time before you, the Two of Wands, twos are choices, before you make a choice. And here we see you being cautious concerning choices as well, I think here. You've got the Four of Wands energy showing here. So the Four of Wands is all about building stability with someone. It's about finding a happy relationship with the Four of Wands energy showing there. I don't think you're in any rush to have this for some reason. I just feel that you're taking your time. You're just looking out. You're surveying the landscape. You're looking at what you're looking at. You're looking for the right person here before you, Four of Wands energy, before you start to build a rapport with them probably. So you've probably just not met anyone here, Aquarius. I'm just getting the feeling that you don't. And it's funny because that's you on the card, isn't it? Of course, Seven of Swords is third decan in Aquarius. So a Seven of Swords is an Aquarius person. So that's definitely you being cautious around the choices that you're making. You're not kind of like, you're like, I'm going to be careful here and here. So you're being careful here and here. And again, the Temperance card says you're taking your time. There's no rush for you. You're just surveying the landscape, seeing what's out there before you start to kind of, get together with anyone with that Four of Wands and have a good time. Six of Swords energy showing here. So Six of Swords is a trip. So it might be that there's a trip involved, perhaps travel. Six of Swords energy showing here. Page of Coins. I think that you're very careful about travel. I think that you're very careful about kind of going out to people, going out and meeting people, because this is meeting people and this is travel. I think you're very cautious about going out and meeting people. I think that for some reason, you're meant to be, Aquarius, you're meant to be kind of like the socializers of the tarot, aren't you? Of the zodiac, sorry. You're meant to be really kind of like, you're meant to be people that like to, have a good time and be around people and socialize. Apparently that's how you're meant to be. But I just feel because the Page of Coins is somebody who's very skeptical and very cautious. And the Six of Swords is travel, and this is meeting. So it feels like travel, meeting and travel, very cautious about meeting up with anyone and traveling to meet up with anyone here. It feels like you're just kind of browsing. I'm getting with the Two of Wands that this is about you browsing. So I think that some of you guys are just browsing at the moment. I think you're taking your time, you're browsing, and you are very cautious about going out and meeting people. So we'll do this again for love. For what I'm seeing for you Aquarians is from the home, it seems here you may be communicating with people at a distance though, from the safe space of the home, safe space, Two of Wands of the home, communicating with people. But I do feel that you're taking your time with that Temperance energy. I do see some of you guys blocking out certain people that you're communicating with, probably because you don't trust them. Maybe you don't trust some of them, they've got too many choices, or maybe you're being cautious in the in the choices that you're making here. I do feel again that you are being very careful. You're just browsing, seeing what's out there, but I feel that you're very cautious this week about going out and meeting people for some reason. I think that you're being very, very particular in love this week, Aquarius, from what I can see on the cards, which is fair enough. Let's have a look at what the advice is. What do you need to surrender to? What does Aquarius need to surrender to? What does Aquarius need to surrender to? Show me in one card. Aquarius needs surrender to setting limits. Wow. Okay. So it says, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Yeah. Yeah, and he's saying that you're right. You are setting limits because I'm seeing it in the reading. Some of you guys are really setting those boundaries and you're saying, actually, I don't really want to go out and meet anyone. I'm a bit cautious about doing that. I'd really like to kind of speak to them, get to know them. I'm talking to people from my safe space here, but I'm taking my time. I'm cutting anyone off that, I'm cutting certain people off that I've been communicating with, especially if I don't trust them. Showing here, and I'm going to be really careful in the choices that I make. So the universe is actually agreeing with you, Aquarius, and saying the advice is yes, set your limits. You're doing the right thing. Fantastic reading, guys. Excellent. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like your private reading with me, Aquarius, then you can click on the link in the comment section below or in the description box. It will take you through to my website. There's other goodies on the channel, so make sure you check them out. We have the pick a reading tarots up there, so it's where you pick one of 3 readings. Think about your question, pick one of 3 and get the answer. It's on there. It's for couples and singles, and also you have month ahead readings for January and also the 6th month ahead readings as well. I'll try and put a couple of links on the channel on the end screen as well for you. Okay, take care, guys. Love you. Bye.